Hi, it's Gary. Welcome to day number 20 of the Diamine Inkvent Calendar for 2022. Here's the calendar, let's look for the door. 22, 24, 25, 20. Here we go. Day number 20. Let me just fetch this in so it's in the camera. What's behind today's door? We've got there Arctic Blast. Can't remember the last time I felt anything remotely Arctic here in Western Australia, I can tell you. Nice blue colour though, nice bright blue by the look of it. Let's pop this down, get the calendar out of the way. We'll take a look at this. So yeah, bright blue by the label. On the side we've got here, it's a chameleon and a sheen. That should be interesting. Let's turn it over. So obviously I think it's a blue ink. So I'm guessing it might be maybe a silvery type chameleon. Can't really see much at the moment because there's a lot of that blue in there. Let me just agitate this. According to the wife, I'm very good at agitating things. You know, that's now very quickly getting mixed in. So I'll pop this to one side. I will give it another shake before we actually start doing anything. And I'm going to fetch in the colouring card. There we go, standard cards that I use for all my swatches. The first tool I'm going to use, this is the Serendipity dip pen. Giving the ink another quick shake before we start. Hopefully we've got all that chameleon there in the liquid. And then we'll do a writing sample. So Diamine Arctic Blast. I can remember those from my time in the UK. Oh, it was half cold. Glad I'm here in Western Australia where it's nice and warm. So it's Inkvent 2022, day 20. It looks a nice blue ink when it's going down there. Just going to now fetch in the Pilot Parallels pen. And let's go and fetch this on. Yeah, it looks like a nice, really bright blue colour. I like these types of blues. I think they're nice, they're standard. You can use them for virtually anything. Just going to go one more time. Going to go nicely in the middle. Again, I want to give a chance for that sheen and that chameleon or shimmer to really show. Then we'll do a single pass down this side. It really doesn't want to do that single pass. What I'm going to do is do a quick re-dip and hopefully just down here. Although that is a lot wetter. But that between them, they'll give me an idea of what the ink's going to look like. Let's move this out of the way. And then I'll fetch in my writing pad. This is an endless recorder notebook. It's 68 GSM Tomoe River paper. Again, I'm trying to standardise on this for all my ink tests. So we've got day number 20. Arctic Blast. Drying times, so we go media, 10 seconds, 30 seconds, then finally 1 minute. Still smudging, and we'll write a sentence. I do like this blue. That's a nice colour. Going to pop this to one side though, give it time to dry, then we'll take a closer look. Whilst that's drying, in comes the Advent Calendar, Santa's Workshop. We're looking for day 20. This is dead simple. Here we've got day number 20. So let's have a look behind the door. So we've got, can you find the red elf? Well, I would say that's the red elf there. In here, we've got a Freddo, and it's a Freddo milk chocolate. Something that will vanish very quickly as soon as I hit this stop button on the recorder. The gift from my wife. Those that are new to this series of videos, my wife, over the last year, she's been collecting various stationery items and also things related to my other interests. And she's given me one a day, which I'm opening on here. It just gives time for that ink to dry. Today's gift must be a big one, plus it's in the big bag. This is the boot. I hope it doesn't mean she's given me the boot. I know I use that same joke every time, don't I? In here, we've got sticky note keyboard pad. That's going to be really useful. So at my desk, I have a whole load of sticky note pads, which I just have laying there because I like to write quick notes when I'm doing some work. So this will be handy. This will just sit there nicely with my keyboard. Awesome gift. Pop that away and then fetch back in the notebook and the swatch. So here's the notebook. Here's the swatch. Hopefully they've had time to dry. We'll take a quick look here at the swatch. Now, where I went thick on this side, that's still wet, so I have to be careful with that. But the main body, that seems to be dry. So yeah, we've got the blue ink, and then we can see there we've got that red sheen. And then the chameleon, I can see, well, depending really what it's over, and see like bright blues here where it's over some of the blue. But more in the middle where we've got it thicker and a lot more of that sheen there, that's looking more of a green. So I'm guessing that's what they mean by the chameleon. And it seems to change as I'm moving it around in the light. The colour seems to change. Really interesting. I'm just going to go and search through my current inks and see if I can find any which are a nice match for this. So I've found 3 possible matches. The first one doesn't have any of the shimmer or the chameleon. This is Cult Pen's Little Mo, actually made for them by Diamine. Looks very similar though when you look at the blue and with that sheen. The second one is from last year's Inkvent Calendar, and that's Ruby Blues. Again, looks very similar in terms of a blue with a red sheen. I would say the blue is slightly paler on the Ruby Blues. The last one, this is where I'm picking up some shimmer rather than looking at the sheen. This is by Van Diemen and it's Azure Kingfisher. Slightly brighter blue, but this is the closest I've got. So here we've got like a goldy type shimmer with it, where we've got blues and greens coming through on Arctic Blast. So it's another ink, like most of the ones in this calendar, which is fairly unique colour-wise for me. Take a look at the chromatography. Here it comes. There we've got really blue all the way. So at the bottom we've still got some of that shimmer down there at the bottom, that chameleon. But yeah, we've just got different shades of blue. We've got a bit of brighter blue near the top. And then it looks like there's a fringe there of red right at the very top. Taking a look at the writing. Not seeing that much in the way of the shimmer coming through. I can see plenty of sheen. So the Grumpy's got a lot of sheen. We have got my long tail there on the. You know, Queen, Jovial. Yeah, I'm seeing quite a lot of sheen. I say not seeing much of that shimmer though. But that may be something, you know, it could be down to the way I'm looking at this. You might actually see it on the camera, because I often see things slightly different because I'm looking at a different angle than what you are. But anyway, this is Diamine Inkvent 2022, day number 20, Arctic Blast.